Good morning, dear children. I am going to take your English grammar classes this week. Before we begin the class, let us recapitulate what you all have studied in the previous grammar class. We have studied about what a dictionary is, how we use the dictionary in a proper way. We have seen in a dictionary how the words are arranged alphabetically, how to find the meaning of the words. We have also seen how the words are grouped in different grammatical groups. We have found how to find out the synonyms, the antonyms, and many more things. So, to sum up, we can say that a dictionary is very helpful in a student's life. So, I recommend you all to use the dictionary whenever you read a storybook or a newspaper and find out the meanings of the difficult words, which will definitely help you to enhance your vocabulary. So now coming to the next chapter, that is sentences. As we know, a sentence is used to express our feelings and thoughts in a more effective manner. But before we frame a sentence, we need to know what a sentence should actually have. What is the correct way of framing a sentence? And for that, let us look into the video and know more about it. Okay, so let us begin the chapter sentences. So we need to know first what a sentence is. That I mean to say, what is the definition of the word sentence? We define sentence as a group of words that makes a complete sense. It begins with a capital letter. You see the first option, which is correct, whereas if you pick the second option to begin a sentence, it will be incorrect. It ends with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. And according to the variations in the punctuations, the types of sentences also vary. Now, we said that a sentence is a group of words arranged in a proper order and makes complete sense. So, here we have a sentence where the words are not arranged in a proper manner. The words are baked, our class teacher, a chocolate. So, it does not make complete sense. But if we arrange it properly as our class teacher baked a chocolate cake, it gives complete sense and this is a proper sentence. Let's take another example. Sleeps all the time. We are unable to know who sleeps all the time. So, the subject of the sentence is missing. So, it should be either the boy, the uncle, the girl, etc. And that completes the sentence. Let's see the next one. Oh no, we are train. It is an insensible sentence. We need to add a word to it to make it complete. We have added, we missed our train. So we have added a verb to the sentence. The verb is also the heart of a sentence. Without a verb, it is totally impossible to frame a sentence. So now we come to the next topic, that is phrases. A phrase is also a group of words, but it makes only partial sense. We will see some examples. At full speed, in the open air, heavily all day, a big red nose. Now in all the four examples, we have seen these are group of words, but they only make partial sense. They do not begin with a capital letter. They do not end with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. So they are not a sentence at all. In order to make it a sentence, we need to add few more words to the phrases. Like the first one, the car ran at full speed. So we come to know what ran at full speed. The next, the soldier shot in the open air. So who shot in the open air? It is the soldier. Heavily all day. Obviously, it rained heavily all day. A big red nose. Who has a big red nose? It is the clown that has a big red nose. So now in all the four examples, you see that the sentence is complete. It has all the criteria what a sentence should have. It begins with a capital letter. It has a punctuation mark at the end, and it makes a complete sense. So this is the difference between a phrase and a sentence. So now I am sure you must have understood what a sentence and phrases are. So let us focus on the worksheet that has been given based on whatever you have understood today. Thank you.